Alright, today we're going to be jumping back into the Bitcoin price action, and more specifically the altcoin price action, and even more specifically MOG coin. And I'm going to be showing you guys why I think this is the last opportunity to buy before that big altcoin season that is just around the corner. But before we get into that, let's talk about Bitcoin. Are we going to have a pullback here, or are we just going to shoot straight to all-time highs? And in my opinion, it's actually the latter. I definitely don't think this is our local top. There is still that case that we make another bear div, on the 4-hour time frame, come up and sweep this upper liquidity level before, heading down to this like daily EMA point of control of our range before, going for those all-time highs. But just based on fractals and this kind of inverse head and shoulders we have formed vectoring out of that, it does look very similar to our last consolidation range at around $40,000 back in January. You can see this kind of inverse head and shoulders deviate out of the range to the downside, get back inside, back testing as support, and then we just go completely vertical into price discovery. Similar thing happened here, right? We deviated down below range, then confirmed support back within this range. Now we have bounced off of that, similar to how we had bounced off of it right here. And then you can see, we don't consolidate anymore. It's just continues to go vertical, and I do expect that's what's going to happen here on Bitcoin, right? I don't really think we need to pull back. We could easily just squeeze through this low volume area right here, right? That vector, that fair value gap, while it can act as resistance if we fail to accept it. With how bullish momentum is right now, I think we will just go ahead and accept it and magnet up to that all-time high, and that would not surprise me at all. And assuming this happens, you are going to see altcoins go crazy, but we'll get into that in just 1 second. Before then, let's go ahead and talk about our order flow and why I do not believe these are our local highs. If you zoom into the footprint chart here, you can see we did not have a failed auction or finished auction. So what is this? It is an unfinished auction, making the zone above these wicks an unfinished zone. Price is attracted to unfinished zones. So I can almost guarantee you we will at least go test above these highs one more time. Even if we are bearish, we would come up, sweep them, then complete our auction before, failing and then going down lower. But I have no reason to believe that we would fail that auction, because every other time we've gotten up to the highs, there has been buyers stepping in. And you can even see our sell walls from before have gotten out of the order books. No one is trying to really short these sweep levels. So yeah, I think it's very likely that Bitcoin doesn't actually swing fail 68K. And if that's the case, that low volume gap will go quick, and you will see a vertical rally here on Bitcoin. So if we are to go vertical here and not really correct down much more than maybe this guy's wall gets filled and we sweep these lows or something like that, maybe just a short pullback in here to grab some of these top longers, and then, we head on up and fill all that stuff to the upside. Do you need to be FOMOing into Bitcoin right now? And my answer to that would be no. Now, could you FOMO into altcoins on the other hand? And my answer to that would be, well, do your own research. But in my opinion, this is in fact a great buying point for altcoins, because when looking at the total three, right, the total market cap for those larger cap altcoins, you can see we have held the back test of the value area low of the 2021 bull market perfectly, and it is set up for wave 2 of the altcoin market. If we were to just fractal wave 1, that 70-degree uptrend, we could expect a high to come in right around the highs of the last bull market. So yeah, we could see some sort of let's just say double top coming in here, right? Like some macro double top before rolling over. Or the more bullish case is that Bitcoin actually does clear into 6 figures more convincingly, and we do get like a back test, a value area high before just going into price discovery on the altcoin market. I don't really have the data to suggest which case is more likely. All I know is that it definitely is more likely that we would go ahead and at least go test the value area high of our last bull market range. And if we want to get real moon boyish, we can go ahead and compare this to last cycle. Taking a fixed range volume profile of the 2017 bull market range, you can see our value area low of 2017 was actually all the way down here, and the back test of it was all the way down here. So if this is to repeat like 2020, this is what we're fractaling right now in the altcoin market. So yeah, as you can see, this is why I am so bullish right now, and I believe there is generational wealth to be made if you pick the right altcoins, right? Because obviously not everything is going to do 100x during this next second wave. Actually, very few things will do 100x, but if you do your research and find fundamentally good altcoins, you could definitely make some generational wealth with this next wave of the altcoin market, which should be the real altcoin season if it plays out anything similar to 2020. Obviously, we got to take into account diminishing returns. Last cycle, you got about a 660% return on total 3. Let's go ahead and half that. We'll say 330%. This run, we're looking at a $2.7 trillion market cap on total 3, which I think is definitely possible. You know, a more conservative estimate might be just around like a $1 trillion market cap. I think is very realistic to see this cycle. So yeah, there's a very bullish case to be made for the altcoin market. If we were to be a little bit less moon boyish, we could say we are here in the cycle. I think that's a very likely area. If you do look at daily time frame fractals, we are fractaling similar price action to like that February time frame of 2021. So we definitely could be right here, which still means there's a large rally ahead of us. So yeah, not financial advice, but I think right now is kind of your last chance to scoop up those altcoins before things start going parabolic. And let's talk about MOG coin. So if we go over to the MOG chart right now, you can see we have gotten a nice pullback on the daily time frame, and we are testing that daily EMA. I think this might be your last chance to scoop up MOG before, you know, it just sends to the upside. If we are to compare this to something like Doge back in 2020, looking at the Doge chart, it's very similar to what MOG is doing just on a fractal. We have, you know, the big bear market accumulation range, then absolutely send to the upside. We then consolidate, make a double bottom, bounce off of the double bottom, and then pull back to that daily EMA once more before absolutely sending to go on for that all-time high of Dogecoin, where retail then FOMOs into it. So yeah, I think we definitely could be right here on MOG coin. And this is my favorite meme coin for many reasons. It's got the best community in crypto, and community is what makes a meme coin. But of course, this is a riskier play, right? When you really should have been buying it is when I first made my MOG video talking about this insane consolidation we were having. I was saying to buy down in this range here. Now that we are up thousands of percent, definitely a lot more risk to be buying something like this now, right? It is a meme coin. It doesn't actually have a real world utility, but I think in this attention economy, I think MOG will grab the most amount of eyes, pumping it to billions of dollars of market cap. And I would not be surprised to at least see another 10x from this point, and it would happen fast because memes move fast. But like I said, it's not just MOG coin, it's all of the altcoin market I think is set up for a parabolic rally. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know that we are still at a very good buying point, but none of this is financial advice. Do your own research on your own coins you want to buy. I'm not telling you what to buy, and anything can happen in the markets. Nothing is a guarantee. And if you have any questions about anything I talked about in this video, link to my Discord is in the description down below. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.